Hello, this is Nixter and welcome to my video. Today I'm going to show you how I make this wedding gift for a couple who's marrying soon. While I'm showing you what I'm going to do, I wanted to say quickly I've been away for a while now and I've been very busy this summer. And I had lots of projects, so soon there will be new videos. Right now I'm showing you the materials of my resin project, and I bought these molds from Etsy, and I didn't realize how big they are, so they're quite big. And I'm trying out this resin that I also bought online, but it's from a Dutch company and it's called resin technology. It has an epoxy hardener and an epoxy resin, so it's a part A and B. You mix it by putting 100 milliliters of part A with 60 milliliters of part B. Also using these kind of cups where you can exactly see how much of each part you put in it, so you can see how many milliliters you can put in it. And then I use some gold shimmer and I use alcoholic coloring from Piñata, and that's also all bought online. First step I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean up my resin molds. While I'm cleaning the resin molds, I'm checking thoroughly if I do not have any dust on my molds, because that tends to stick. And here you can see me putting parts of the resin into the cup. So I'm starting with part A, that's 100 milliliters, and then you have a part B and that's 60 milliliters. It's better at the beginning to just slowly add more until you have that 100 milliliters. And I'm just checking thoroughly. I'm just putting what I have poured too much back into the bottle, and I'm checking slowly to get that exactly right, because once you add the second part to the mix, you cannot undo it. You really have to be very sure of what you're doing. You can also put part A in one bucket and part B in a second bucket, but I have noticed that when you put part B in the first cup, then you lose a little bit of resin. You cannot get all the resin from cup B into cup A. See what I mean? What I mean is, when you pour the second cup into the first cup, because the resin tends to stick to the cup, you cannot get all the milliliters into it, because there will always be a little bit of rest stuff in cup B. So I just tend to mix it in the first cup. After putting the part A and B together, I'm mixing it. And I'm doing the same with a second batch, and in the second batch I'm adding some white color, and I'm doing again the same thing with the third batch. Because my molds are very big and very large, I'm using a little bit more resin, and with my third batch I'm just putting some gold coloring dust. And make sure that after you mix everything thoroughly with a stick or whatever, that you leave the resin, you let the resin set a little bit, maybe for 5 minutes, so all the bubbles will get to the surface. That way you will have less bubbles in your resin project. After doing all that, I'm pouring it in, and while pouring it in, you need to pay a lot of attention that you do it quickly, not so quick that you will be clumsy and will get it everywhere, but what I mean is you have to do it quickly enough so the white resin part doesn't slowly move towards the middle. You want to have some time to put the resin, the different colored resins next to each other. So when they meet in the middle of the mold. I'm doing this for all 4 molds. And this process tends to be very you have to be very present during this process. So don't pull out your phone or don't wander off with your mind. Be focused, be present, and try to do it quickly. And with the middle mold, you can see I've put way too much white on the edges, and I will try to fix that later. And then the third batch with the gold glitter resin, I will put it right in the center part, so it will push the clear part and the white part further apart. You will see me play with it, and try not to play with it too much, because the more you play with it and the more you pour in, the more it will shift and not be what you want. I've noticed that when I fine with it, I need to leave it be and don't touch it anymore, because the more you pour, the more you have the risk of overflowing, as you can see with me. Like, it will overflow from your mold, so it will get everywhere, and when it gets everywhere, trust me, it's a mess to pick back up. It's like cleaning honey. It will stick to everything, and it will take quite a while until you have everything cleaned up. And while I'm doing this, you will see the sky get darker and darker, because I was doing this pouring part during sunset, and the camera can pick up that it will get darker and darker, and it's almost time to leave it as is. I'm doing it in the garden. On this day it was very warm. It was like 32 degrees Celsius, so it was very warm, very humid, and resin likes warmth, so I felt very comfortable to leave it outside. I did put on a big lid, making of course sure it wouldn't touch the resin. I put the big lid also because in the neighborhood cats tend to walk around and get in everyone's gardens, and I did not want a paw print in my resin project, so it's a precaution. You will leave your resin for 48 hours until it hardens totally, but after 36 hours I took it out of the mold because I had to give it to the couple. I thought maybe after 36 hours it's fine enough to give it as a gift, because it's a little bit bendy, but not so much that it will break in half as soon as you pick it up. So after 36 hours I'm taking it out of the mold, and I'm checking to see if everything went as planned. And of course, because it's a fluid medium, you don't really have lots of control over it. It's like watercolor. Sometimes the colors and the shapes go in the way they want to go, and you have to be okay with it. But I think that's quite the beauty of resin. What I'm doing next is checking to see how hard the edges are or how sharp the edges are, because some edges are quite sharp, and because this will be a coaster set, you do not want to put people's drinks on sharp objects, so when they pick up the drinks they will cut themselves or whatever. I'm just taking an old nail file I had, and I'm going over the edges with the rough side and the soft side. I'm filing, and I'm just making sure I don't file too much, but enough so the sharpness will go away. After this one, I'm going to file all of them. But first, I want to show you how beautiful this coaster turned out. And look at that shine in the sun. Oh my god. I'm in love. And I think I'm going to make the same set, but maybe in a different color. This time I used it in white and gold, and because of course it's a wedding gift and it fits perfectly in that way. You can also use it maybe for as a table setting to bring the gold gift set or the jewelry for the bride or whatever. So it's definitely possible to put it on a beautiful tray and bring it into the wedding reception with your beautiful jewelry on top. That's totally possible. After I folded everything, I'm putting on this white glove, and I'm going to clean the coasters, and I do not want to leave any fingerprints on it. After cleaning everything, making sure everything is clean, I will put on the lid. Like I will put packing paper in between or tissue paper in between, and then I will put a ribbon on it and I will give it as a gift. So that's how this whole process went, and thank you for watching with me, and until next time, and who knows what I will make. I don't know yet, and I'm just very lazy right now with my editing. I haven't figured out how I want to do my videos or how I want my YouTube channel to look like, and it's very difficult to get in that groove of making your own style of videos. So please bear with me while I'm trying different things, trying to make different kind of videos to just feel out, test the waters in how I want my channel to be. And I also want to know how I add some value to the people's lives. So I find it very difficult to push myself through the editing process. And I know that if I try just a little bit harder and just go through the motion, I will get into a rhythm. But until then, I do not have a steady routine, and because I also work full-time, I don't really have lots of free time to make my videos super duper good. So please bear with me. But so maybe stay until, well, I don't know yet what I'm going to make or film for the next video. So stay tuned, and who knows, maybe I have something special next time too. See you, and thank you for watching.